the 1001 experience. I am your host, Christine. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, you know I fuck with you the long way. If you are watching this video, that is because I said that I would potentially do this reading on live and then decided against it. So here we are. This will be a collective energy reading for the full moon, I believe in Leo, for Thursday, January 28th. Just going to do a general collective reading just to kind of see what the energy is about and also just some general advice for navigating this. So, okay. Interesting. So I'm not going to keep those, but we'll see. If they come back out, then they come back out. I'm trying to keep it short and sweet, though. So the first card that I'm going to look for will be, listen, let me tell y'all something. Hold up. Let me spray my Florida water real quick. Okay, these cards, they've been jumping. You know what I'm saying? I did some like pre-shuffling off camera and these cards been jumping. So I feel like intuitively what I'm feeling is that there's a lot of anxiety in the collective right now about a lot of things. What's going to happen? What should I do? Like, how can I explain it? Like, a lot of people are trying to make big power moves. A lot of people have stuff that has been like on the back burner that they're trying to push and propel forward. I also think that collectively there's this like underlying feeling of what is about to happen next, and how can I, one, be prepared for it, to make the best of it. And I want to say that if those are feelings that you resonate with, I highly suggest you go back to the new moon reading that I did earlier this month, because it talks a lot about kind of preparations and just kind of the energy of the time, and also like some resources for how you navigate that. Because I feel like there's it's like a lot of wait and see, but how can I explain it? Like, on the surface, it feels like wait and see. On the surface, it's like there's not a whole lot happening, but we all can feel intuitively that there are things bubbling underneath the surface, like just underneath the surface, not even like super hidden. It's just not being publicized or talked about widely. So it feels like the energy, well, it's like we're being told that the energy in the waters are calming and things are being smoothed out and we're figuring it out. But like, you can feel it in your body, and your body is telling you that things are nowhere near smooth and calm. So yeah, I highly suggest, if those are feelings that you resonate with, I highly suggest reviewing that new moon reading, because it talks a lot specifically about like resources and ways to navigate when the external isn't matching what you feel in this node to be true about the energy you're perceiving. Okay? So, anyway, back to this full moon reading. The first card that I'm going to look for is energy that is being illuminated with this. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, energy that is being illuminated with this full moon. Okay, one card to represent what is being illuminated with this full moon. Wait a minute. Okay. One card to represent what needs to be released with this full moon. What needs to be released? Okay, I said one card, but I'll take it. The Six of Cups was peeking out at me earlier. Okay, and then one card to represent how to fully harness the energy of this full moon to bring about the necessary transformation. Okay, so a lot of cards that were peeking out at me, literally. Okay, in the bottom of the deck we have Five of Wands, the Fool, the Sun, Lovers, Seven of Swords. Okay, hold on, gotta rub my eye, guys. Okay, so for energy being illuminated with this full moon, we have the King of Swords. So, one of the things that something that I was getting intuitively was there's a lot of like self-sabotage, like self-limiting, like when we think about like dead weight and when we think about like blockages, I feel like there has been a lot of like shadow behavior being revealed on an individual and like a collective level. And even if like it's like shadow behavior that was revealed to you in another person, and I talked about this like with the post that the most recent post that I made on Instagram, but just about how life is about mirrors, and there are more mirrors than just like the one-to-one, like you are what you attract. But if there was like something revealed to you where somebody was operating in their shadow, like they were holding secrets or they betrayed you in some way, or they are just in general dishonest, or that they have been mistreating others, that revelation outside of you is connected to a shadow aspect of the way you've been moving about the world. Not to say that you are dishonest or a manipulator, or that you are too how can I say this? Not that like the whatever shadow behavior that was in somebody else is not necessarily the shadow behavior that is in you, but your response to, or the way you initially wanted to react to their shadow behavior, is really pinpointing a shadow in you that needs to be addressed. Okay? So like understanding that your reactions, like your innate reactions, like, and this is separate of like the other person's behavior. It's not about them being right or wrong. It's about understanding that their behavior was a catalyst for you to be able to kind of zoom in on the way you wanted to react to whatever bullshit they was on. Okay, so that's being illuminated because that is a characteristic of your personality and of tendencies that you have developed over time that is holding you back and preventing you from progressing in the ways that you are trying to kind of build, or that you're trying to grow. And like whatever narrative or story that you've been telling yourself around that behavior, there's an opportunity here to kind of understand how that's not necessarily who you are. It's the way you've been groomed to be based on your experiences and interactions. But there's a truer version of who you are that you need to get in touch with. Like, you, I'm trying to think of a concrete example. So let's say you find out somebody been stealing money, somebody who like you've been like partnering with for some type of endeavor, and you trusted them, and you find out that they were not being honest with the finances. So your initial reaction is to go run up in their shit, beat them the fuck up, tell everybody that they stole money, burn down the whole goddamn Carter. Like, that's your initial reaction. And what this situation is telling you, or what's being revealed with this full moon, is like, okay, people do fucked up shit, but that don't mean you have to, like, don't stab yourself in the foot reacting to somebody else's bullshit, okay? But what you should do is better understand why that particular type of betrayal triggers you so much. Why is it that, what is the narrative, what is the story that you're telling yourself about someone behaving that way? Like, how, what do you think that means about you if someone behaves that way toward you? And why do you think that? When was the first time you thought to yourself, okay, if this person does X, then that means they think this way about me, which would mean I am X, Y, and Z. Okay? Spend some time trying to zero in on those types of thoughts and those types of behaviors, and understand that there is a way for you to exist in the world that does not leave you vulnerable to harm, but is a more serene way of being. There's a much more quiet confidence and peace that you can have within yourself, and feelings of security that you are able to experience within yourself, that do not require you to lash out so strongly to someone else's harm. Okay? And I'm just noticing like an ongoing theme here. This was in the new moon reading as well. Pay attention to y'all dreams. Okay? Like, for real. Pay attention to your dreams, because there are very clear messages. Like, not even like the messages that need to be decoded, like very clear, specific, to the point messages being given in your dreams, to kind of help you resolve the issues that you're experiencing internally, and then like the disconnect that you feel between like your internal situation and what's happening externally. Also, like, if you're doubting your own intuition, or if you're starting to not trust yourself because you did kind of make yourself open to trusting someone who has somehow mistreated you or has behaved in a way that you do not like, if you're now questioning your own discernment, tapping into your dreams can help. And practice believing what you see. Like, I just want to give a disclaimer. Spirituality and therapy go hand in hand. One of the reasons why is because of the narratives and the stories that we tell ourselves. And when you try to apply spiritual concepts without addressing the fallacies and the stories that you tell yourself about you, about other people, about the world, then you you misattribute the messages that you're given in your dream. So, okay, my bad. Had some technical difficulties with the phone real quick. But okay, I forgot what I was saying. uh oh, people are not intentionally lying to you. So whoever told you or taught you that someone doing a certain thing meant something about you or how they felt about you, and thus you needed to react a certain way to prove that what that person thought or felt about you was wrong, they were not intentionally lying to you. They were just kind of teaching you the way that they have always been taught. It was with the intention to protect you, but you have to be able to let old things go. Also, you have to be able to manage your emotions when your beliefs and when your illusions get shattered. Like when what you thought the world was or what you thought certain things meant. Learn how to process emotionally when that is shattered, when it becomes clear that that's an illusion, when it becomes clear that um it's just arbitrary information that you've been operating off of the whole time, and quite frankly been fucking yourself up and weighing yourself down because you've been operating based on an illusion and something that's not um a fact, or even what's the word? I'm thinking universal law, but I feel like there's another way to say that that's not so like woo woo, like metaphysical and esoteric. But like it's not even based on like an accurate universal law, the way you've been taught to understand it. Um and so when your whole world view gets shattered, um how do you come back to the truth of who you are um, in light of that new information? Another message that I'm seeing here is like, how much are you willing to work for things? And what are you willing to do? What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to go back to the drawing board on to accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish? I'm seeing that like this focus on like achievement, reward, um, culmination, this focus on uh, healing, and healing in a very specific form. Like this idea of healing that it's like perfection. People kind of perceive healing to mean perfection when in actuality, healing is being in a constant state of unlearning and integrating new information, and then applying that new information in practice on a regular basis, like every moment of every day. How do you now integrate that new information into how you operate in the world? And not to be so rigid on what healing looks like for you, because you're constantly going to be in a place where um, you're unlearning and you're redeveloping who you know yourself to be based on your experiences, and being able to kind of assess what those experiences mean in the context of um, what you now know. And sometimes it's not all the time, because sometimes you have to be like steadfast in what you know deep down to be true. But being able to kind of discern what you actually know, like what is the universal law, what is the universal truth, versus what is like a collective generational curse that we've been operating off of for thousands of years that really does us no good. Okay? So, how can you be a student of life as opposed to a creature of habit? How can you embrace the process of having to release dead weight, and like look at it as like it's a gift to be able to free yourself from something that used to shackle you, right? Because like wanting to burn down the whole shit. Like one of the reasons, like I feel like with whatever situation has illuminated things for people, y'all been really stressed out. Like there's a piece of you that really wants to react, but it feels so fucking stressful. And the reason it feels stressful is because you know the consequences that come with whatever action you are like feeling this instinctive urge to like the instinctive urge you have to react in a certain way. You know the consequences that come with that. You're also feeling the universe tell you absolutely the fuck not. Like it's very clear. Like the universe is saying, okay, full stop. Your ancestors are telling you like, okay, what we're not gonna do is this. Don't do that shit. Go that way. And you want to go the same way so bad. But the universe is saying, nah, we want to do something different. Just trust me. And I think that, practice trust in yourself. Practice trust in your creator. Practice trust in your guide. Clear out the distractions and the noise that cause you to trust your higher self, to hear, to recognize, and trust your higher self. Okay? I hope that makes some sense. Oh, there was one last thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to pull one of these animal spirit decks. We'll see. Because if my phone is tripping, so if like my phone starts acting up again, then you know, wherever we end off is where we end off. Keep it real. Okay. So, what type of magic or what type of practices should be used to kind of harness the energy of this full moon? Oh, Wait a minute. Can I get like one card, please? Okay. Okay, so we have Hawk on the bottom of the deck. So, with Bear, this is giving me like really big hermit energy. So, when it comes to like spiritual practices and like magic, this is really confirming the need to kind of focus more on internal things. Also, the way this is showing to me, I'm seeing a lot of like solar plexus energy here, throat chakra energy, and for some reason this is giving me pentacles energy as well. So I would say focus on how can I say? Because if I say like earth-based magic, it's gonna be like, bitch, what? But earth-based magic. So, herbs, nature, so like offerings of currency, offerings of legit dirt. If that's something that if if that resonates with you, you will know. Like, don't just be out here like dirt. Let me go outside and dig up some dirt from my yard. Like, if that is for you, you will know exactly what to do. Pay attention to your dreams. It might have looked crazy. You might have wondered, what the fuck was I doing? But you'll know, okay? Um, Also, I'm getting like um, personal concerns, okay? So, whatever like rituals that you use around the full moon, if you have not been including personal concerns, um, you should do that. And again, if that's for you, you will know exactly what that means. You will have saw it already. Okay? Um, Let me think. What else am I getting here? Look into um herbs, like things like sunflower, um if you have like sunflower petals, things that boost confidence, self-discipline, and willpower. Um, those are things that you're going to want to use. And then also, go with the seasons, right? So understand that when you're trying to manifest things and when you're trying to bring forth something new, you have to shed what is old. So do not discount the importance of cleansing, uncrossing, protection. Okay? So, dirt, for those of you who know, um, personal concerns, um, and like if you're a candle person, if you're a candle person in this particular situation, don't call your energy back. Is what I will say. Call your energy back. Don't think about banishing so much as thinking about purifying and calling your energy back. Okay? It's not so much about writing out that I release this and I release that. Um, Focus more on like, so it's as it pertains to the scenario that I talked about earlier. Like I said, someone else's behavior is revealing some things within you. So, whatever you're trying to mask, whatever vulnerability you're trying to mask by acting out or lashing out, um, call that energy back. Call back comfort and being able to trust people or being able to trust yourself. Call back the ability to um, trust your discernment. Call back, recall. That's the word. Recall um, the ability to like um, recognize where your strength lies, where your deficits are, and also to recognize that in others without judgment. Okay? Because placing a judgment on yourself is one of the things that leads you to then lean into being close with people who are not aligned with what is actually like best for you. So like if you are constantly telling yourself I'm not good with money, then or if you're constantly telling yourself, like, I don't know nothing about that, this particular thing is not for me, I need to find somebody who knows because I don't want nothing to do with it. Whether that's about money, like taxes, or like fundraising, or credit, shit like that. And so anytime you hear anyone mention a couple words that you read, like, so let's say you've been trying to study taxes, right? And you try to read up on how to do your taxes, or you've been trying to read up on how to clear your credit, but you didn't understand it. But somebody else, you listen to them talk, and they mention some of the words that were in what you were reading that you didn't understand, and you automatically think, because they're regurgitating those words, that they know. And then you trust them, and then they fuck your shit up worse, or they take your money and disappear. Like, focus on, don't focus on any type of revenge. Focus on affirming yourself that you're able to know what you need to know. You're able to gain whatever knowledge it is that you need to gain, whatever pinnacles that you need to gain knowledge or understanding, that you need to operate in, that you're able to do that. And if that includes other people, then the divine will give you exactly who you need to be able to accomplish those tasks. But you have to be able to address it from a place of like strength and empowerment, as opposed to looking at it as a deficit on your part, because you're going to find somebody who then magnifies the deficit of you not understanding. Okay, so when you set out your intentions and you go burning shit for this full moon, burn the self-doubt and call back your confidence. Recall this the fact that you are able to obtain whatever it is that you need, that the divine will provide for you, and that you are willing to hold the space for the divine to do so, and that you're not in such a rush to accomplish or to do or to be, that you're trying to fill a void yourself instead of waiting for the divine to come and give you what you want. That's what you need to be writing and burning up and burning on bay leaves and shit. Okay? I hope that was as clear as possible. If you want better quality videos and shit, and this reading resonated with you, please, please, please tell a friend and check out the podcast. If you're not already listening on the podcast, if you are already listening on the podcast, please like, share, subscribe, all that other podcast shit. And lastly, leave a real nigga a tip, yo. Tip a nigga for the you know what I'm saying, for the shit that I be doing. Okay? Y'all be blessed.